I recently had the privilege of meeting a 7-year-old girl by the name of Jamie. She was an only child in the first grade. She lived in a rather large city. She lived with both of her biological mother and her biological father. She was referred to services from her school social worker when the school noticed that there were some changes in Jamie's academic and social functioning. Jamie had several strengths, some of them being that she was a B/C student, so she was average. She came to school well dressed, she interacted well with her peers. She came to school with a nutritious meal, so she was pretty like an average kid. She has some current resources, which are she has a teacher that's really concerned for her and a school social worker that has really shown an interest in wanting to get Jamie and her family help. Both Jamie and her mom have both been able to vocalize some of the dynamics that are happening in her house, and therefore this is an internal strength because a lot of people that are experiencing the things that Jamie and her mom are experiencing, they're not able to ever vocalize what's happening. They're not ever able to tell their stories and to really reach out for help. So the fact that they can do that is really an internal strength, and it needs to be noted. In Jamie's home, there is a lot of trauma taking place. Her mom and her dad, they physically get into altercations. They hit, they kick, they scream. Her mom has tried to hit her father with a lamp. Jamie has witnessed her mom even try to push the dad down the stairs. A lot of this violence started taking place in the home once her father was promoted and he began to drink more so than he ever had. Jamie has experienced the loss of the ability to really connect with her dad because he has historically wanted to hang out with his friends, to drink, to not really be involved in the family. So this trauma and this loss has began to impact Jamie. Some of the lessons learned is Jamie has learned that the world is unsafe, that verbal and physical hitting and abuse has kind of been normal for them. She's learned that the world is scary and kind of unpredictable. She hasn't been able to talk to any of her peers about this, so she's starting to feel alone and isolated. She also kind of feels like nothing is safe, and running away from home is safer and it's easier than even being home and witnessing her mom and her dad engaging in fighting. Some of her piled up feelings is that she feels unheard, she feels scared, she feels anxious, she feels helpless due to her inability to stop her parents from fighting. She feels untrusting of men, especially adult men. So some of her triggers is that when she's in class and she's around new people, she becomes very nervous. When her school routine is altered in any kind of way, she becomes unstable. She's asking a lot of questions. She doesn't really know what to expect. And she becomes easily upset when people make loud noises, and she will scream, "Can you guys please stop? I can't take this." A lot of this has to do with, her not being able to really predict what's going to happen. She doesn't know if there's going to be a fight, and it kind of hits a sore spot, and she just doesn't know how to respond. So she's kind of acting out in class. Some of her problem behaviors, now she's easily distracted in school. Previously, she wasn't as distracted. Her grades have fallen below her B or C average. The teacher notices that she's really isolated and she's anxious, she's on edge, and she's really kind of not knowing what's to happen. So her behavior is also unpredictable. During verbal arguments, Jamie would kind of check out. She would stare at the screen, she would watch TV, but now she's kind of changed that, and she has gone. Now that the altercations have gotten worse, she has adapted a fight or flight mentality, and she runs away to manage what is happening in her home.